A woman near Digby shot this video a few days ago from her house. She believes it shows not one, but 3 cougars in her backyard, reigniting the debate around whether the eastern cougar actually still exists here. Lindsay Trask is with us now. When you looked out your house last week, what did you see?
3 big cats walking down the embankment.
And what did you think when you saw that?
I thought it was pretty wild.
Were you surprised to see them?
I was very surprised.
Tell me about that. What were you feeling?
First I didn't even, it was like stunned, I guess. And then I thought, oh, I need to get this on camera. So I ran to get my phone and got it on
Now,
video.
why did you want to get it on video so badly?
Well, it's Cougars on Digby Neck.
You wanted some proof, didn't you?
I sure did.
Have you ever seen a cougar before?
Well, on my interview earlier, I had said no, not even thinking, but about 12 years ago, I actually did see one, but I didn't have proof, and it was a black cat, ran across the road ahead of me maybe 300-400 feet, and I know the tail on it was probably 3 feet long. It was huge. That thing was huge.
So you think that was a cougar back then, too?
Yeah.
How close were you?
But I didn't have any proof, and nobody believed me.
Okay, and now you've got the video, so you feel better about that. But
Right.
in this case, this most recent case, how close were you to the cougars?
They were probably 200 or 300 feet from the house, and I was just inside.
And were you concerned, or were you afraid?
I was concerned to let my dog out. I was not going to let him out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So you're pretty confident these were cougars. How can you be so confident? What did they look like?
They were dark brown, and they were just way too big for a house cat. And I know a bobcat, when I see one, they have just a short tail.
And this obviously had a long tail.
Yeah, and the way my dog was acting, he was very, well, growly.
Well, would your dog growl at house cats going by?
No, he would bark. He would be an excited bark to get out. He has it's a totally different pitch.
And how long were these animals in your backyard?
Maybe a minute tops.
And since last Thursday, have they come back? Any evidence that they might have returned?
Yes, I saw them go through yesterday morning at 10, and I didn't get a video. They were moving much faster yesterday.
So they're prowling around your home.
Yes, that makes me nervous.
Are you going to set up some cameras or try and get more proof?
I did set up a couple of deer cameras, but nothing yet.
And you had a look at some of the paw prints, is that right?
Right.
And what's your thinking there? Too big for a house cat?
Too big for a house cat. They're not super big, but I'm thinking it's a mother and her 2 cubs.
And what kind of reaction are you getting to all of this?
Oh, I've had a lot of views on Facebook and YouTube. It's crazy. And some people believe it. Some people are saying host cat. I've even heard fisher, which I don't see a fisher at all, but I mean, to each their own.
Well, I guess you'll continue your research. We appreciate it. Keep us in the loop there, Lindsay, and let us know what you find out.
For sure. I've been watching. And Charlie's been on guard. That's my dog.
All right, Lindsay Trask, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm joined now by zoologist Andrew Hebda with the Museum of Natural History. So you've had a chance to look at the video. Do you think it's a cougar?
Well, it's certainly very suggestive. Very long tail. It's working through the woods, and obviously it's distracted the dog. You could hear it in the video as well. So if we don't have an animal in our hand, which is the best way to verify whether something's like that, then we look at images, in this case video images, and so the next thing is how large is the animal, because if it is a large feral cat or domestic cat that's gone wild, that's one possibility. If it's a cougar, of course, that's another possibility. So we look at the size of the feet, the size of the prints.
And also the carriage of the tail is important. We were talking earlier.
Yeah, so what happens with the tail is that with cougars, the length of the tail is as long as the length of the rest of the body. So it's actually quite long, and when they will dip down, and you'll see a little bit of curve on the bottom end of it, and if it's close enough, you can actually see it's quite darkly pigmented. And when they move fairly smoothly. So we're looking for that sort of smooth motion, the slow along those lines. So it's a combination of what it looks like and how it's walking.
And also, you were talking about the size of the footprint. This is what a cougar footprint looks like, right?
Yeah, so this is a cougar footprint from the wildlife park, and you can see basically it's about the size in impression of a fist. If it's a something like a domestic cat, then you're looking at something that would be the size of the. It's a good sign, good to go type of thing. Lynx also will have, of course, a large footprint as well. They have a lot of fur, but they don't have the tail. So in this case, with the long tail, we've eliminated bobcat and we've eliminated lynx, so it brings you into A or B.
Right. And a lot of people have been looking for cougars in Nova Scotia over the years. Do you think the possibility is there that they're here?
Well, indeed, we've got a record from 1672 from Nicola Denny losing heifer calves at his farm in St. Peter's, and he's described them beautifully and how they would attack his cattle as well. And within the last several years, we've had verification based on DNA analysis of fur that they're present in New Brunswick and, of course, in the Gaspé as well. So the chances are that they could certainly be here. There's a bit of an ecological problem because that will give us bobcat and lynx and coyote and cougars, roughly 4 animals the same size doing the same role. But in this case, keep in mind, animals can't read. They don't know what we know about them. So that's what we're looking for. Let's taking it to the next step. If we can get something to validate the size, then that certainly elevates it substantially in interest.
And how fascinating would it be if indeed there were 3 cougars spotted by this person? Do you think that would be a bit of a breakthrough, or what would you make of it?
It would be great. It would be tremendous. Well, you think about it, it would be probably a family group. In other words, a female with their 2 youngsters from the previous year. Back about a month or so, we had similar imagery of bobcats in around the middle of the province, the same kind of thing. And those were almost fully grown animals. So again, there's very social animals that way.
All right. Well, it's an interesting debate, isn't it?
Absolutely, always.
All right. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.